No one is talking about this with Rhea Ripley. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm talking about because after covering Rhea Ripley's career for some of the biggest wrestling news websites out there for many, many years now, I appreciate and I understand the value that a Rhea Ripley brings to a WWE or any wrestling promotion for that matter. Her trajectory over the last few years has been truly remarkable. When I say that 2023 was the year of Rhea Ripley, that is not over dramatic. This woman literally took the company by storm. It goes back through all of the adversity in which Rhea Ripley had to go through and all of the star in NXT, top star. Isn't it ironic that really Rhea Ripley's main roster run took off after Paul Triple H Levesque took over main roster creative? Isn't that funny? Isn't it ironic, considering he is the same man that booked her as a top star in NXT UK and as a top star in NXT? She thrived under Triple H's leadership. She did. She did not under Vince McMahon's leadership, right? She was just someone on the roster. Now, to his credit, and I would also credit Edge for this, but she was added to the Judgment Day faction, which changed her career. Adam Copeland, now in AEW, he wanted to start a faction of his own, a heel faction. WWE tried to turn it into a supernatural thing. He was not about that life. But before he exited, he brought in Damian Priest. He brought in Rhea Ripley, and obviously Finn Balor was the one to kick out Edge of the group. They later brought in Dominic Mysterio, JD Madonna, and that group is on freaking fire. It turned Damian Priest into a world heavyweight champion, and it turned Rhea Ripley into the women's world champion. Now, Rhea Ripley, she looked like she was going to lose the women's world title to Becky Lynch at WrestleMania 40. That didn't happen, though. In fact, Rhea went over. Then they started a feud between Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. And unfortunately, as we all know, Rhea Ripley went down due to an AC joint sprain in her shoulder, due to a backstage segment, a backstage attack by Liv Morgan. Now, they were just going to do a one-off, no big deal, but this has really transformed Liv Morgan and her career. And we all know that Rhea Ripley, whenever she does return, well, she will be feuding with Liv Morgan. And that leads us to today's video, because it had been reported that Rhea Ripley, she was eyeing to make a return by SummerSlam for a match at SummerSlam on August 3rd. Well, obviously, as I record this, we are in late June, y'all, and she still has not returned. Now, we do know from previous reports by Fightful Select that she is in creative right now. What do I mean by that? Well, it's because they have set it up where Rhea Ripley can return in a wrestling capacity, or she could return in a non-wrestling capacity, but at least be on television, because the Liv Morgan, Dominic Mysterio, Rhea Ripley feud, well, it's taken off, right? So you might as well go with it. If you look at what WWE has been able to do with this program, it has legitimately taken over Monday Night Raw. And if they can get Liv and Rhea into SummerSlam, great. If not, okay. But here's one thing that fans aren't talking about. Everyone anticipates Dominic aligning with Liv Morgan, right? They've been teasing it. They've been building into it. I have a different take. I have a different theory. I think Dominic Mysterio is going to cost Liv Morgan the championship. I do. It's not all about the championship. I think we're going to get a Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley match. I think we're going to get the title on the line, and I think Dominic Mysterio is going to cost Liv Morgan the championship. I think they're going to swing it where they're going to swerve you, right? I think they're going to make it seem like Dominic is with Liv, but in fact he's really with Rhea. I think it makes more sense. I think they have much more backstory. I think they have much more runway than Liv and Dominic. Although things are getting really spicy, y'all, and we haven't even hit Netflix yet. Wait till they hit freaking Netflix. I think that's what's going to happen. And I don't see a lot of people talking about this because everyone has their eye on, okay, And I did a video about this as well. Who is Liv going to work with? Who is she going to work with, right? We know she's going to defend against Zelina Vega on the July 1st episode of Monday Night Raw. But then after that, where do you go if you don't get Rhea Ripley? Because Rhea Ripley, originally and still, she's just doing rehab. She didn't want to get surgery, right? And it sucked for Rhea Ripley, and it sucked for fans because they had been waiting for the actual title change moment. We thought we were going to get that at WrestleMania 40 with Becky Lynch. Didn't get it. We thought we may get that with Liv Morgan. Didn't get it. So when she does return, it's going to be a big deal. And they've already turned Liv into a heel, right? They did so because Rhea was a babyface coming out of Mania. Then Liv injured Rhea. Then Liv beat Becky Lynch, not only for the title in Saudi Arabia, but then she also beat her in Lynch's last match thus far because she's on hiatus in a steel cage match on Monday Night Raw, right? So you take all that into consideration. Yeah, fans are going to get behind Rhea Ripley. Yeah, they're going to be having her as the babyface against the heel Liv Morgan. And I'm not saying that Dominant Mysterio will turn babyface. I think they're still going to boo him, but it's going to be a very interesting situation. Now, you could do a double turn where, while yes, Rhea is coming back as a babyface because Dom actually helped Rhea win the championship and dethrone Liv, and because Liv is so over right now, you could have a situation where Rhea goes back to being a heel and then Liv going back to being a babyface. Because let's be real, Liv is better. I shouldn't say she's better as a babyface because she's doing the work of a lifetime right now as a heel, but she is a natural babyface. People usually like to get behind her and such. So I can see how that would be an interesting dynamic to play with. I think that's something that WWE will look into. But either way, I cannot wait to see Rhea Ripley return to television. I cannot wait to see what she does with Liv Morgan. It's going to be so much freaking fun, y'all. And we just got to wait for the Undisputed WWE title. We're getting Damian Priest defending against Seth Rollins with the World Heavyweight title. Damian Priest and Seth Rollins is at Money in the Bank. Damian Priest will most likely retain over Seth Rollins and then defend it against Gunther at SummerSlam. My bad. Anyways, I'm going to get out of here, y'all. Hit that notification bell so you are notified every single time we upload new wrestling content here to the channel. And I will see y'all in the next video.